I'm Billy Foster, and I'm that iPad guy. Call that because I've almost always got an iPad with me, and in some cases, two. Today, it's all about iOS 6. Last week was a big week that kickstarted with an avalanche of announcements from Apple regarding hardware updates, as well as their introduction of the new drool-worthy Retina display MacBook Pro. They also announced some of the cool new features coming inside of Mountain Lion, which should be arriving next month. And of course, they told us all about iOS 6. I'm mostly going to focus on iOS 6 today. However, I do have to say that the Retina display MacBook Pro is amazing. There's nothing else like it on the market. The display is incredible. The build feels so nice and solid, and I must have one before the end of the year. You don't understand. I will. More on that later, when I'm able to spend more intimate time with one. But today, it's all about iOS 6 and Siri on the iPad. Woohoo! I know Siri's gotten a lot of flack lately for not being able to do enough. But that's about to change because Apple's been refining it and adding back in some of the original features that were there before Apple bought Siri, as well as adding some new, very welcome ones that are just too cool for words. Using Siri as the app launcher alone is going to save me from swiping to find apps. I'm so excited I can't even begin to say how happy I am about that. Also added to the iPad with iOS 6 is a clock finally. Now you can set alarms and have your iPad wake you up without needing a third-party app. An interesting note, there's still no weather app. However, if you ask Siri the weather, she'll give you a weather report and show you the little 5-day forecast. There are other cool things that Siri can help you with, like finding things that are around you nearby and give you movie listings. However, she doesn't seem to be able to connect to the TV world and get listings. So, for example, she can't find out what time a TV show is, but she can tell me when a movie's playing. Siri has also learned how to use Facebook and Twitter, which is actually really nice, that you can actually quickly dictate a tweet and have it send out without having to launch an app, just, firing off Siri. Having Siri be able to give you turn-by-turn directions is also one of those finally things, and I believe that the delay is so that Apple could do it right. Do I sound like a fanboy? So far, I'm digging this feature. One of the features that was a nice surprise and is awesome for me personally is the new VIP list. I get so many emails from so many different accounts for so many different reasons that it's a godsend that I can now prioritize that my clients show up and stand out while I'm looking at my email amongst all the noise. The other really big feature that I'm totally psyched about is the sharing of photo stream. In our family, obviously, we all have iOS devices, and the Apple TV, you can only view or subscribe to one photo stream. So that's always been my photos in the bedroom, Matt's photos in the bathroom, and Mom's in her room. But now we can create a family photo stream where we can just send the best pictures of what was taken, and those will be the ones that will show up on the Apple TVs. And so now we can have one central pool that all of us can enjoy and share. And probably the biggest announcement from the carrier standpoint is FaceTime over 3G. This finally makes FaceTime worth using, because half the time I didn't know whether or not the person I was calling was going to be on a Wi-Fi connection. And since I have unlimited data, I'm really looking forward to playing with this one. And now for the bad news. Not everyone is going to get all of these features. So I'll work my way from the oldest devices to the newest to let you know what you're going to get and what you're not going to get. The iPhone 3GS holds on to its relevancy by its fingernails and will get iOS 6. However, it will not get any of the advanced features, and it appears to just be an update to 6.0 and will not include, as far as I know, any new features. Maybe some cosmetic changes and bug fixes, but that's about it. The iPhone 4 will get the shared photo stream and the VIP list. However, it will not get Siri or the turn-by-turn directions, of course, and unfortunately, still no dictation. The iPhone 4S, of course, will get the turn-by-turn navigation, Siri updated, the shared photo stream, FaceTime over 3G, VIP list, and of course everything else. The original iPad, you get nothing. You don't even get iOS 6, which is kind of a bummer. I wonder if this is going to be the life cycle of the iPad. You get a few years worth of updates and then you're out. The iPad 2, You will get the flyover and turn-by-turn navigation, shared photo stream, and the VIP list. However, you will not be getting Siri, and unfortunately, not even the dictate feature. The third generation of the iPad, or the new iPad, of course it gets all the features: flyover, the turn-by-turn, Siri update, photo stream, FaceTime over 3G, VIP list, etc., etc., etc. Here's where my fanboy hat comes off and I get real. I really think it's crappy that the 3GS can't get at least the VIP feature. I would think that something like that could be rolled out and not be real processor intensive. I understand wanting to keep all the coolest features for the latest devices so that you incentivize people to have the latest gadgets. However, some of these seem like they're just being rude about it. But that's my 2 cents. All in all, iOS 6 really feels like a nice upgrade. Siri's expanded abilities are awesome, and it's great to be able to ask her to help you do more things, especially now that it's on the iPad, where I do most of my organizational work. So I love that I can ask Siri to take a note or post something for me on Twitter, or even post something on Facebook. I do find myself, of course, talking to my iPad more, but it's not so strange, especially now that it talks back. Oh, and another interesting note that I almost forgot. On my phone, I have Siri calling me master. No, it's not anything sexual. It's because she reminds me of Genie from I Dream of Genie, so that's where I got it from. Anyways, when Siri came on my iPad, it already knew to call me that. So it must have got that information via iCloud. I think that that's a nice bit of detail that was cool that it transferred over without me having to re-educate it. I'm going to have to check to see if it also brought the family relations over and what other information. But that wraps up another episode of That iPad Guy. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and come visit thatipadguy.com to subscribe. See you next time.